Hi there, I'm Ben from ukulelerroadtrips.com. It's a very nice website with adventures and things like this. But this is a tutorial for your ukulele, a music tutorial for Wonderful Tonight. We're going to learn to play this song together. It's a very wonderful song, especially, I mean, if you're singing it to someone else, you're trying to, well, make even more fall in love with you, because it's not a falling in love song, it's a you're still in love with me song, even after all this time we spent together song. But it still works if you're falling in love, you can use it anyway. And it sounds like this. It's late in the evening, she's wondering what clothes to wear. And there's a really cool bit with the riff that goes. And we're going to learn that too, as well as some nice finger picking. Stuff like this. So let's get straight to the easiest part of the song, the chords and the words just after that. So the chords, here are they. You need the G. It's late in the evening, a special C. She's wondering what clothes to wear. And also at some point we're going to need, of course, the normal C and an E minor also. I say special C because actually it's the same chord as C. So open, 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 and it's probably the first chord you ever learned on the ukulele. But we're going to play exactly that chord, but a bit differently. See, it sounds the same. What we're doing here is we're taking our third finger, putting it on the 4th fret, and our index finger, it's going to go on the 3rd frets, on the 3rd and 4th string. So technically that's actually called a C/E, but I just call it C star, because it's the star of these chords, it's the new one. And you don't have to use this, but I will, and you're welcome to learn it, because it gives a very different colour. It's late in the evening, she's wondering what clothes to wear. That's a normal C, but it's late in the evening, she's wondering what clothes to wear. There's something more restrained, more colourful, leading up to the D, which will then lead to the G of the new sentence. It's very poetic. I think beauty is in the very, very small details, and that's one of them, and you're welcome to learn that, the C star. Woo! So, on to the song, lyrics, chords, singing, looking, hearing, touching. So you're welcome to do this at the same time as me. We're going to take it pretty slowly. Just play a G. It's late in the... and D on evening. Evening. Special C. She's wondering what clothes to wear. That's it. Puts on her makeup. So G before she, and makeup, the D on make. Special C. Brushes her long blonde hair. C and normal. She asks D, me, G. Do I D look alright? E minor. And I say yes. Always answer yes to this question. You look wonderful, especially when it's true. G, tonight. Sorry, getting ahead of myself. That's the verse, and you've got 3 of those. The evening, that we just sang that, the party one, where they go to a party and then they come home from the party. It's, I mean, it's not the most dramatic evening of their lives, but that's what's so touching, I feel. Never mind. Chorus. No, there's no chorus. Bridge. I feel wonderful, on the wonderful, because, on the cause, I see the love. So C, D, and now G on love. Lie in your eyes, D and E minor. And the wonder of it all, D, is that you just don't realize how much I love you. Now I know it's written just C, I mean C on just, and it's just a C, and then D on realize, on the eyes, D on the eyes, but I like to play it that you just see, and then G, and then so play a C, G, C, and then D. Lies how much I love you, but it's fun without it. So there you have it. You've got 3 verses, lots of soloing, and also that very nice bridge which leads on to the aching head and the putting him to bed bit at the end. And that's the song. How to strum this, you may ask, and it's a very good question. Good job. Well, the way that I'd suggest to do this, it's a very soft touch, this song. I recommend you to have a soft touch also. Just use your thumb, really. It's the very softest part of your hand that you're going to strum with. So, and just have a 2, 2, 3, 4, just going down like this, and strum it now and then. It's late in the evening, she's wondering what clothes to wear. So always have this ongoing rhythm in your hand and in your mind, but only strum a little bit of them. So toom, 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 toom. It doesn't really matter when. It's just you have to have a sense of the rhythm, and you have to have a sense of the softness, but also don't make it too slow. Otherwise it's late in the evening, and it's so late everyone's gone and you haven't finished your song. So don't take it too slow, although, and this is an important point I think, Eric Clapton, who wrote the song, by the way, haven't mentioned him, I think he plays it too fast. So his own song, he's getting it wrong. I would recommend him to slow it down a bit, and it would be even more beautiful, but just a bit, not too much. You can also do a plucking thing on this one. So instead of going, you can actually go, and that would be dum dum dim 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 dim, which is thumb, second, third, second, fourth, second, third, second, thumb, second, third, second, fourth, second, third, second. So the second is always the second one. So it's always figure second, second. You understand it, right? I mean, this is all in the document anyway, so you'll have time to work on this. Now my favorite bit, the most important bit, I think also, and definitely the coolest bit to play on the ukulele, because we don't often get to play these kind of things on popular songs. It's the riff. It's late in the evening. And the way this goes, the riff. So finger, index on the 2nd fret of the 2nd string, and then your 4th finger on the 5th fret of the 3rd string. So this is where there's the dot normally of your ukulele. So it sounds like this normally. Same note as the last string. And what happens here is this note, when you play it, you actually push so much on the string that it plays a note a whole tone higher. So it actually plays, so 2 frets above. This is the note you must aim for. But from here, by pushing. And that's what you got to do. It may hurt your fingers a tiny bit at the beginning, but love hurts. It's worth it for the bend. And then there's a bit at the end with the double strings where you just play thirds, really. F sharp A, G, B. Not Great Britain. There's the notes. I mean A, C, and then these ones and these ones. All the tabs are in the document, but make sure that you practice it cleanly, not like this, and practice it slowly first. So something that you can add once you've got it is a bit of vibrato. Eric Clapton is a blues man, although he doesn't look like one, but he is. And what you can add on these notes is some normal guitar vibrato. So not vibrating like this, like on a violin, but actually bending, which is pushing up and down the string. So bend, and then vibrato here. Vibrato. Bend. And then it's pretty hard to do bending on double strings, so I don't do any here. Okay, well now you've got the riff sorted, you can actually play the melody and the whole song just with your ukulele. I'll give you a small demonstration and then I'll walk you through it. Of course, know that you can download the tabs for this song, which I recommend you to download because they're very good, because I did them. It takes ages. Riff! So there you go, that's you recognize the melody there in the plucking and the finger picking. There's a tab in the description for this that's fairly accurate to this one. Of course, you can always sort of improvise a little bit to the side and add a few more notes if you want, keeping in time of course. But what happens here mainly is at the beginning I just play a full G because I introduce the movement, and then you hear the melody on the last string, and then a few filling notes, the chord, new chord, and melody, and then filler, melody, filler notes, boom, 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 chord, and melody. This is quite nice because this is normally does the bass, boom, 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 but I do it on the top string of the ukulele. Gives a nice introducing the chord, and then melody, bam, 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 filler chords, bam, 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 da, da, da. Easy C, on the D and then riff. You got to remember, Eric Clapton is one of the great blues players of the 20th, and well, he's still alive, and 21st century. So make sure you make this a tiny bit bluesy, even if that's not the point of this song in particular. But that little riff has got this sort of freedom to it. Yeah. I'm playing this a bit too much, but hopefully you will too, and be practicing the nice full tone bend, which is what this is. There you go. Well, feel free to leave comments and a little like, and also to subscribe to my channel if you enjoyed this tutorial on Eric Clapton's wonderful Tonight. And you've been wonderful tonight for watching the whole video through. I'm Ben, as I've maybe mentioned, and this is Tim, my cloud music ukulele, which you can also get, but not this one, but a different but similar one if you want, in the description. Anyway, enjoy your evening and make sure that you put your heart into this one when you sing it to that special person. It's quite interesting because notations, tabs, things like this, they're only the rough skeleton of the music. They're the bare bones of it, and all the rest, all the meaty stuff, the important bits, the softness, that you cannot write that. It has to be then brought by you with your eyes, with your voice, with your singing, with your playing to the table. You have to bring the skeleton of notation alive with your heart. That's what's fun about music, really. Thanks for watching. Bye.